welcome to part 5 of the Worldview Mystery series on near-death studies and out-of-body experiences. What do you think about these 10 elements of the near-death experience? Have you experienced any of these things? Are there ideas that you have about these that are your own research that you can share with us on this topic? We'd love to hear it. Researchers find that most people who experience a near-death experience display a positive change in behavior. For example, they become less concerned with things which they used to worry about. They're more calm, loving, compassionate, and inclusive, universally minded, more interested in relationships and quality of life, etc. Now, not always, but I said most. Career changes, even from a money driven businessman to a therapist counselor, for one example. Another case, a man experienced a near death experience. He was a police officer and he didn't want to work in a negative, aggressive environment anymore. He became a school teacher. So some of these have life changing experiences when you look in the near death studies. The people claim not to be perfect, but it's evident in the way they live. And you even ask their family members that they tell you they've become more altruistic. They're caring less about money and status and things and more about social experiences, the relationships, quality of daily life, and the meaningful relationships in their families and loved ones and friends. There's out of body and near death experiences in pop culture, in various books. And some of those that I've really enjoyed in entertainment as well, movies and documentaries. Heaven is for Real. Greg Kinnear is in that movie. Great about this little boy Colton's experience. Pretty amazing, based on the book, and that is based on a book that I didn't mention yet. And the cartoon Coco is really great. Just about the dead, I guess, but it's a great entertainment on that little topic. But The Day I Died is a great BBC documentary. It features this one case among many. There are many cases. Okay, this is just one of the many investigated cases talked about. But there's this neurosurgeon featured, and he has this woman she had an aneurysm in her brain, and so the top picture is the neurosurgeon. The woman is the person who experienced a near-death experience. On the right is pictures of her brain scan. You can see this that circle with the line from it. That's her actual aneurysm in her brain. And this doctor, the man on the bottom left, he actually investigated the case as a medical expert investigator. And it's just an amazing scientific evaluation of these cases and many others. Fascinating cases. So check that out. The Day I Died, a great BBC documentary. Fascinating cases, as I've mentioned before in these books. So the first one, again, I've mentioned earlier, but Life After Life, Dr. Raymond Moody has many examples in this. He goes through different cases and he really was a groundbreaker on this topic. I mean, he's the head guru on this topic. But each book here, Eben Alexander's The Proof of Heaven, Betty Eadie's Embraced by the Light, and George Ritchie's Return from Tomorrow, that's specifically on their case, their experience of the near death, their out of body experience, and they're different, but they have some similar traits, elements, and just beautiful, inspirational stories, I think. And I don't claim, me personally, I do not claim to know that consciousness exists separate from the body. I don't have experience in this area, so more on a personal note, I'm not claiming the opposite is true either. I say that there is hope. I love the hope in a life after this, something better. So I think these ideas are very beautiful to many religions and ways of living, from Hindus to Judaism to Islam to Christians to pagans. I think these are beautiful cases that we can examine and look at. But what do you think about? What is good evidence about a near-death experience that you would say, hey, they said this or that, he told the doctor this case, he couldn't have known that without experiencing what he claimed. What stories that have you studied or heard about that you thought were fascinating? Have you had an out-of-body or near-death experience yourself? Let us know in a comment below. We'd love to hear your experiences. But death is the ultimate mystery. Not all these are about death, but let us know what you think about the afterlife as well. Thank you for watching, and please share these videos with your friends and family.